meow, 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 meow. Yep, that's how we're going to start this video, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 EPs. Top 5 episodes of ChannelBK of the year. No, top 5 EPs of the year. Extended play. Because we, again, quarantine, COVID, we got a lot of EPs this year. And I believe that these are the 5 EPs that are just so great. So great. I'm actually going to give one honorable mention because this one just got dethroned from its 5th spot, like almost around the time that I was recording this, like a little bit before. But it was the new Mick Jenkins EP from the very beginning of the year, the Circus. I think this, I'm a big fan of Mick Jenkins. I've never been in love with everything of his, but I think when he shows up, and I think this was a very different creative EP. I think he did some really cool, interesting stuff, and at the end of the day, I just thought in general it was actually kind of a cool little EP. So, sorry, Mick Jenkins, I still love you, but definitely honorable mention. Because number 5 is the Covers EP by James Blake. He put out an EP before this called Before. It was cool. I was into it. It was definitely an extension of James Blake doing kind of James Blakey stuff. It was very much a lot more kind of ambient than I thought it was going to be. But he's been doing a lot of covers this year, so he put out a covers EP. And I thought it's great. He dabbled in kind of old and new, and I think where he dabbled was really great and up his comfort zone, especially Godspeed, Frank Ocean cover. Just if you haven't heard it, his cover of that, just get ready to have a heart attack by how fucking gorgeous it is. Number 4, Unlocked, Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. I think this was, Denzel Curry changes it up all the time. And I think Kenny Beats is definitely going up there as one of the best sort of newer hip hop producers. And this album sort of speaks in that kind of, it reminded me a lot of kind of some Czarface sort of stuff, but it was more video gamey inspired. Obviously, if you listen to it and you see the titles and you listen to, or you see the cover, but it definitely comes off as this very experimental, kind of half finished, but also not half finished EP. And I think it's dope. Again, it's just a great extension of these two, and it's a great sort of project for them to come together and do. Very good. Number 3, I'm not even going to try and say the name of this, but Crater Speak, in parentheses, is the second part of it. The new Slauson Malone EP. I was a big fan of his first album, his debut album. Saw him live before Injury Reserve. Rest in peace to the homie Grods. He scared the shit out of me because he was just screaming a lot and he creeped me out. I felt like I was in a haunted house. Hey, no shots against you. But I actually think this was a little bit better than his album. I thought it was more creative. I felt like I got more of him, vocally on this, and I thought the experimentation was actually a lot more articulate on this. I was a bigger fan of this. I feel like his debut album was more experimental, but I think overall this was great. I thought this was a really great sort of extra couple songs and instrumental things that he put out. Number 2, I agree with this title so much, and that is This Place Sucks Ass by Pup. I think probably the best name of anything this year. It kind of just comes off as an extension of Morbid stuff, and I love it from Rot, and, they did, I'm trying to think of the one cover song that they did, the AM something. I know, you guys are hating on me right now. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head, but again, it's Pup. It's Pup being Pup. They do some other creative kind of experimental stuff on here as well. But I think, once again, as an extension of kind of the last stuff they were doing, it's great. And I think it was a very well-earned spot in terms of their discography. And clearly with the year we've had, we were bound to have a lot of music like this. So it is what it is. But this next EP, which is number 1, wouldn't have probably happened if it wasn't for quarantine. And it is an EP that blew the fuck out of me. I don't know if an actual EP can like blow someone like that. Like I think doing sexual things, like it's weird. God, Brian, what am I doing? It's the new Bring Me the Horizon post-human survival horror EP. It sounds like they're going to be doing this for a while. It sounds like they're going to be more consistent with their projects, which is great because I've just been kind of getting into them lately. Their last record, Amo, I thought was solid. I thought it was really interesting and creative. This is even more so. The intensity on this is amazing. They got the guy, I'm not going to flub his name. You know, I'm already going to just go to my notes right now. The guy who scored many, many, many video games, including like the new Doom, and they put together some kind of post-apocalyptic songs. And it rolls so well. I love the sound of it. I think it's really tight. I wish more albums were like this, just tight like this, and just kind of went very, very, very... Oh, okay, Mick Gordon, who did some of the production. Okay, Mick Gordon, shout out to you. I know, I'm sorry. I want people to not harass me in the comments, but this feels like that. It feels like a Doom soundtrack. Like, especially Dear Diary or even Parasite Eve, like, that kind of brings back those old-style nu metal vibes. It's fantastic. And it's my favorite EP of the year. And to be honest, I think it rivals some of the best albums of the year because it's that good. Because it's kind of as long as an album. But without further ado, that is the end of my top 5 EPs, including Mick Jenkins as an honorable mention. Late honorable mention. What are some of your favorite EPs? I know Little Sims released an EP that I thought was kind of cool. Didn't make it onto the list, unfortunately, but there was a lot of, I think, solid EPs clearly from people just wanting to put music out there. So if you guys thought of anything else, let me know in the comments below if you agreed as well. Put whatever. Just do have fun. You know, have fun. And like and subscribe. I didn't say that on the last video if you did like. And guess what? Go check out all the lists. The lists are still coming. But thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you for tuning in to ChannelBK. Peace out, guys.